Welcome, my name is Rosemarie, and I'll be teaching you this class. Today we're going to be using a bolster and 2 blocks. If you don't have a bolster, then wrap up a blanket and tie it up with a strap, and that will make a little bit of a support that's soft, and that's all we'll need for today. So we're going to start with our shoulder opener here. So we'll take our bolster and we'll bring it 3/4 of the way down our mat, and you'll bring it lengthwise. So I'll give you just a minute to get that set up. And now that you've got that set up, you may or may not need these blocks on the top of the part of the mat. So we're going to start with a restorative shoulder opener. So here you're going to take the bolster and you're going to take it right underneath, sort of the bra line, right under the armpits. And you're going to roll the shoulders down, and the shoulders need to be kind of depressing downwards so that you're stretching open the pectoral area, and then the hands up to the side. And then here, this is where you may or may not want to block. So if you're okay with your head tipping back, then go ahead and tip your head back. If not, then you might want to bring your head up higher on a block if tipping your head back is not suiting your neck. And some people get like vertigo when they roll their eyes back like this. So find your position that is comfortable for you, and then once you get there, just softly close the eyes and bring yourself into breath awareness. So we begin every class with breath awareness so that we can attune ourselves to bringing ourselves to our practice and getting rid of things that are on our mind outside of this space so that we can just really, really concentrate on ourselves. We're here to practice for ourselves. So for just this 1 hour, give up all those thoughts and anxieties and anticipations and just really attune yourself to the practice and what is going on with your body here. Eventually, you'll start to soften any gripping that is in the shoulders, and you'll let them just descend. You'll just let yourself relax into the pose. And start attuning yourself to feeling your breath rising and falling. After a few moments of entering relaxation, give yourself the opportunity to let go and bring yourself into a deeper practice. Keeping your breath awareness, you can keep the rest of your body right where it is. You'll bring your hands up overhead. And now here is an opportunity to once again use the blocks to start to stretch through the shoulders. And it will be kind of a strong stretch under the armpits and coming into the tricep area as you lift your arms at first. And eventually it'll start to dissipate. It'll start to go away. Keep breathing. And then slowly bring your hands up and over. And we'll bring our hands to our chest. And get ready to come out of the pose. Now you want to come out of the pose very nice and slow and mindful. So we'll first bend our knees and we'll get ready to kind of roll. So just take a few actions with your hips. And then eventually you'll push yourself right over to the side and you'll bring yourself up. Good. Now we're going to go straight into our Alexander shoulder roll to bring ourselves into our shoulder opening here. After that nice opening, we'll come into our Alexander shoulder roll. So you can take your bolster underneath your knees to support your hips. And then here we're going to lie on our side and we're going to position one block underneath our head. You'll slightly slide the top hand back from the wrist. And then you'll take your fingers to the floor and you'll start to roll your fingers on the floor. Now, your hips need to stay to the side of the mat and hugging that bolster in order to get the shoulder to open here. So you want to get that nice opening through the shoulder and get that to come all the way down to the other hip, making a circle around. And then making a circle around the other way. So here, where you find a spot that is very tight, like right there, that's really tight. So I'm going to move really slowly through it. So the only thing that really rolls is your shoulder and your head. And then opening here, so that you're really getting the whole shoulder to open. And you're getting right into that rotator cuff. And you're doing that. All the muscles of the rotator cuff to activate, getting into the rotators, the rotating the shoulder. Good. And I'll get you to just do that on your own for a few more times. I'm bumping into my fireplace and a little bit too close there. And then just hang out for 2 more times on your own. And just move really slowly through it. This is called the Alexander shoulder struts. Once again, it was developed by Alexander, and there's a whole book out there about the Alexander method of therapeutic yoga. If you care to read a little bit more about Alexander, who developed this pose. It's very therapeutic, very healing. And one more time, up around. And then we'll switch to the other side. So I'm going to just flip myself over to the other side. And you can hang out here. Place your block under your head. If you're by a wall, you want to be sure that you're far enough to get that hand up and over your head. So scoop yourself down a little bit if you need. There we go. Okay, so from here, we want to keep these knees and these hips to the side. Slide this hand back. Draw your fingers on the floor and then open your shoulders. There we go. And just keep on rotating that rotator. And then up and over. Just going to do simple objects on the way. And then come around and back. Very good. Now, keep doing that 3 more times on your own. Remember to go nice and slow in these areas that are tight. Like right there, it's really tight, so I'm just going to hold for a few breaths. I'm going to give it time to open. And then slowly we start to make progress in opening the shoulders. And back. Okay, and one more time. And then we'll slowly bring yourself up and into cross-legged pose. So we've got quite a few seated poses coming out. So this seated pose sequence. And you can start with cross-legged, simple cross-legged, whatever leg that is naturally bent. Find your straps and find halfway on your strap. And then take that halfway point and start just stretching out equally down both sides. Now this is a seated Alexander shoulder roll, so we'll go through this one. It's almost the same action where we're coming around into a full circle. You want to keep the elbows from not bending, so try to keep the arms straight. And then come slowly through, like wherever it's tight, move a little slower through that so that you give time for those areas to open, and then come down. Good. And then one more time. And this should get the shoulders to move in places where they don't really move. So we're just kind of accessing all sides of the shoulders, front, back, underneath, inside, outside, just kind of really getting into all those superficial muscles that contribute to what we call a shoulder. And so just getting this open and free. And we'll do that one more time. Good. Now, if you are having or experiencing shoulder injuries or shoulder stiffness, then I suggest this is a really nice kind of action to do every single day if you can work it into your regular workout routine. Sometimes along the way of the day, or just maybe, to find time just hanging out here. You can do this one seated or standing. Today we're doing it seated. I have done it standing several times. One last time. All right, so we'll come and bring ourselves up nice and tall. And then here you'll just stretch to the side. So lean to the side as much as you can. Maybe you can pull yourself all the way, maybe not, as far as your body is comfortable there. Pick yourself up and lean to the other side. And stretching here to a nice long opening. All right, let's take a big breath in and exhale all the way down. All right, so we're going to change the cross of the legs. So I want you to see whatever leg is on front, just switch that around. So now the other leg is now on front. Then we'll come into another pose with our shoulders. So we'll take this strap on top, and actually, you know what? I think I'm going to change the legs. We're gonna come into Gomukhasana. So you will take your legs both out. Now grab your right leg and bring your right leg underneath your left, and then bring the left on top of the right. And your hands can come onto your toes here. Now this is Gomukhasana and cow face pose. And this is a really nice way to sit. You can sit in this pose for a very long time. So as you're sitting around, maybe rather than a chair, grab this pose and get a nice opening for your hips out of it. So we're going to use this pose. So now you'll lift your right hand, bend your elbow and grab your strap. And we'll give that elbow a little help here by bringing the other arm on top of it and adding some weight. And you can already feel the triceps stretching quite nicely. We'll just hold and breathe that. Good. Now you're going to keep that elbow where it is and bring this hand out. Turn this thumb down and then walk your hand back and find that strap. And walk your hand up the strap until you come as close as you can to the other hand. Now if you can grab your fingers on both sides, that's ideal. But not everybody can do that. That's why we use a strap in this pose. And then you're going to pull in both directions on the strap. I actually like to do this one on a strap, even if I can't touch my hands, because the pulling action helps me to pull and open the shoulder and get that nice opening. Last of it, you're going to lift your gaze so you're stretching through the central line of your vertebrae. release that and exhale all the way down. Bringing yourself over. So here, you're going to take yourself over. Let's take yourself to the leg that is on top. You're going to the opposite side. And here you're going to just stretch over that side, and you'll feel a nice connection there inside out. And then we'll come over to the other side. And we're going to feel a different area of the hip stretching. That feels so good. All right. So let's bring that out. So we'll just kind of unwind ourselves really slowly, taking the legs out. And just for a moment, we'll just bring our toes to flexing and just bring ourselves into just a gentle forward fold before we come into the other side. So now you will take the right leg, left leg, your left leg, I'm doing opposite here, underneath, and the right one on top. And come as far as you can here in the Gomukhasana. You might find that one hip may not cross as easy as the other one. And we're sitting up nice and high in the bolster, so that is accessing more space for the pose as well. All right, other side. We'll take our strap and we'll flip it over that left shoulder. Inhale, lengthen, and exhale, grab the strap behind you and add a little pressure on top of you. And hold and breathe. Stilling your eyes in one gazing point will help you hold stillness in the pose because the body naturally wants to just keep moving. So just hold your gaze and the body will listen and follow. Inhale here, exhale, this hand will come out. You'll turn this thumb down and then reach up here, trying to grab both fingers if you can, and then open the shoulders and lift the gaze. Go across. Beautiful pose. Here and exhale, letting go. Take yourself over to the side and stretch over to the side. And bring yourself back and stretch over to the other side. Good. Now, one last action here. We're going to take our hands and we're going to give ourselves a hug, taking and wrapping our hands and then coming into another pose, Garadasana. And this is a really nice pose for getting into the inside lines of our body. You can feel that hip pulling as we lift through the shoulder. We're spreading the space with back ribs apart and we're just getting a nice opening through those back ribs and just opening through what we call the rhomboids. And exhale. I'm going to get you to switch to the other side so that we can do that Garadasana on the other side. So just quickly switch your legs around again, coming back to the pose we just left. And then from here, you'll give yourself a hug, taking the same hand first that's on top and then the opposite hand, and then starting to weave your hands together either once or twice depending on the length of your arms, and lifting here. And exhale. Now you can clearly feel how there is a connection from your hip to your opposite shoulder. The muscles that lead across inside your body are connected quite distinctly. So if your shoulders are tight, then chances are your hips are also going to feel a little bit of that tightness. So maybe your tightness is coming from the hip, maybe it's coming from the shoulder, who knows? Well, some people do know, right? Physiotherapists, people like that. So don't just target just the shoulder is what I'm trying to say. It could be more of an action that is needed to open up an injury in the shoulder than just treating just the shoulder. All right, we're going to come into stretching the shoulder with the block. So we'll start here in child's pose. So stretch your hips back and push the blocks away from you as you come down onto the mat, and then just hang out here and breathe. We'll bring ourselves down onto our mat, come into small fours. Take a little cat and cow, so roll your spine down, and then lift your spine up. Cat and cow is a really nice way of just awakening the spine. And then make your way into downward dog. So you can take your downward dog by placing your belly towards your thighs, and then lifting here. You can keep your knees as bent as you need to, and then just start to walk it out at first. If this is your first action today, you might be a little stiff, or maybe you've gone for a long walk, so you just want to kind of just move into the field slowly until you find floor length that belongs to you right now. And we'll bring ourselves right down onto our child's pose again. And this time we'll take our blocks and we'll lead them down to the forearms of our arms. And we'll stretch ourselves back. And here you can feel the shoulder stretching a little deeper off the shoulder blade as you lengthen and pull back on it. Bring your hands down onto the mat, spread your knees wide, bring your knees underneath you, flip your toes over, full inhale, lift your hips up high, and roll down into your heels, downward facing dog, big breath out. All right, one more time, down into child's pose. You'll bring your elbows onto the blocks nice and close. So bring your hands up overhead, and here you pull your armpits back and get this stretch to come right under the armpits. Pull over here. And bring yourself up. And then from here, we'll come into downward facing dog again. Big breath. Walk your feet up to your hands up to your feet, and we'll make our way. We'll stand in Tandasana, and we'll come into Uttanasana, forward fold. So you'll take your feet hip width apart, and then hands onto your hips, pull your belly button in, and you're going to pull forward with a straight spine, and bring yourself down to whatever level is good for you. So you can come all the way down to the floor, or maybe you need some blocks to assist you. And start to fold. And you're going to feel a nice stretch down the hamstring, down the lower back. If that's a very tight area for you, then the way to make it easier is to bring yourself up higher. So if you need that extra space, then go ahead and bring yourself up higher. And find something that is suitable to your range of motion. It might be very, very possible. You can bring your hands all the way flat down to the ground. And if that is you, then go ahead. So find your distance in this one. Forward folds are something that you have to kind of work into, especially the first ones of the practice. You have to start to open into these nice and mindfully. Good. Bend into your knees slightly and bring yourself up with a straight spine. Exhale. Turn to the long edge of the mat. Full inhale and exhale. Come into Prasarita Padottanasana. Forward fold and then just lengthen down and let yourself hang and dangle. Bring yourself up, bend into your knees slightly, and come up with a straight spine. We're going to move right into our standing pose sequence from here. So you'll take yourself into turning this foot forward so that the long edge of the foot is equal to the long edge of the mat, and then opening up into the arms. And here we're going to just tip ourselves over like a teapot. This hand can come onto the waist until you find alignment here. Now you could ground into your ankle and bring yourself all the way up, but I find that a lot of shoulders are here, and because we're working on opening the shoulder, I want you to bring the block to the inside of the big toe, straighten the leg, and then you have something to push into to lift the shoulder against, and then you can lift here, and you're going to get a nice opening through the body. Let's take our hand behind, reach for the opposite hip, and then push into that opposite hip to open the shoulder a little bit more. You can clearly feel how the shoulder connects with the inside line of the hip. Bend into the knee now. Step the back leg back a little bit longer, and you're going to keep the shoulder where it is, and then bring the hand up. Rotate it up and over for extended side angle pose. You can use up to your elbow if it's possible. And then bring yourself down and all the way up. And lift into Warrior Two. Full inhale here, exhale, reverse warrior. Windmill the hands all the way down to the mat, turn forward and drop down onto that knee. We'll come into twisted Parsvakonasana, coming onto the knee and twisting backwards, looking behind you. Moving into lunge, lifting here, and then lifting this hand nice and high. Just feel that hip opening. Now you can join it with the other hand. Inhale here, grab both blocks. Lift the back leg, full inhale. Exhale, step forward. Inhale, lengthen, and exhale, come into your forward fold. Let yourself dangle again. Bring yourself all the way up. Scoop the breath up. Hands come together. Exhale over to the side. Inhale back to center. And exhale over to the other side. We will come to the other side. So I'm just going to move my blocks to the other side so that I'm on the other side and I'm not facing the camera. So we'll bring the block to the inside of the big toe. Step back into a long stance and then open the arms up here. This hand can come onto the waist. Full inhale, exhale. Come into your triangle pose. Now, straightening the leg and then working on pushing into the block to lift the shoulder is going to get these muscles to come into a little bit more alignment. You've got some resistance to push into to find more length as you move through those tight areas. Last, lifting the hand nice and high. Gaze into the big toe, bend the front knee slightly, and hop the back leg back to lengthen the stance. Push the elbow into the inside knee and keep this shoulder opening by grabbing the back of the hand to the opposite hip. So really opening the shoulder so that you get the tailbone to crown of the head and center of the chest alignment. Bring this hand all the way up, rotate the hand up and over the ear and reach towards the wall. We'll inhale here and then exhale, lift into warrior 2 and exhale, reverse warrior. And then turn, bring yourself down into lunge and Anjasana. And then here you can take a little twisted lunge. And we're going to step forward, full inhale, exhale, step forward with the back leg. Come into forward fold, Uttanasana, and let yourself come down into your version of forward fold. Remember, you don't have to come to the ground if it's too tight in your body. Inhale, lengthen, bend into the knees. We'll bring ourselves up and we'll step to the long edge of the mat again. Full inhale, exhale, come down into Prasarita Padottanasana, wide-legged forward fold. Inhale, lengthen, lift the gaze, and then exhale, let your head dangle underneath you, locking your hands to the arches of your feet. And see if you can fold a little deeper than you folded last time. Work on that shoulder, hand underneath the ear, the nose, and lifting the shoulder up into twisted pose. And then switch this hand under the nose and coming up and switching. Bring yourself down, heel, toe your feet in, bend into your knees and lift all the way up. Step forward to the top of the mat and come into Samastiti, full standing pose. Big breath in and big breath out. All right, so we're going to bring ourselves down. We're going to make our way down onto our mat and come into some forward folds. So come down onto your mat and stretch your legs out nice and long. And here I would like you to use a strap to bring yourself into this forward fold action. You're going to lift nice and tall and then you're going to fold forward. Just hang out here as you fold forward. Breathing, holding. All right, we're going to move into Supta Baddha Konasana. So we're going to take our 2 blocks and we're going to scissor them. So one is going to be on top of the other. And you'll take your bolster and you'll find a level. So if you bring it up higher, the bolster will be higher. If you bring it lower, the bolster will be lower. Your buttocks will be 1 fist worth away. And then from here, we're going to bound. So this is bound butterfly pose. And we're going to take our strap or whatever you're using for a strap. Hopefully it's long enough. And if you don't have a strap that's long enough, just do it without a strap. It's quite beneficial without a strap as well. You'll hook your strap together. Bring it over your head and then hook your toes. And then from here, just pulling your strap tight. Push the strap down to your sit bones. Make sure the buckle is not pressing into any of your skin. And then tuck your tailbone forward and let yourself lie down onto the bolster. Now, if you need extra support on your knees, then you can take something underneath your hips here to support. Now, we're going to open our shoulders on this one by bringing our elbows together, and then you're going to bring your elbows overhead and let that stretch, and then softly close your eyes and just hold in this pose. Now there will be a stretching sensation that will happen somewhere along the hip lines and the inner groin lines. Just give it time to soften. The longer you be here, the more it will release and let go. Just breathe into it. Nice big inhales and big exhales. So just follow the breath in and out and just close your eyes and feel with the sensations in this pose. Slowly bring our hands down to come out of the pose. First of all, you'll bring your knees together. So whenever you're ready, bring your knees together and scoot your feet out underneath that strap. So unbind your feet and bring your knees in. And just give yourself a little time. You can rock your hips back and forth a little bit if you want. Just hang out here. Great. Okay, so we're going to coming up. So you'll come up from the pose and bring that strap out from unbinding you. And we will come into another pose using the same back prop and come into Supta Virasana. So a lying down back bend, nice and supported. So you'll bring yourself into Virasana and you'll bring your tailbone right to the tip of the bolster. Tip your tailbone forward. So you're gonna, from the back of your tailbone, you're gonna get this little bit of a plugging of the tailbone and pulling up action to get length in the Virasana. And then lying down on the bolster and settling your head. You can take a blanket underneath your neck if you need to as well. And then just coming into, settling into this as comfortable as it can be. Now, this is another one where it's really kind of flight or fright. At first, your body just wants to run away from the strong stretching that it feels up this line. And then after a while, it kind of starts to feel really good. So let's just hang out here for a good long while. You can take your elbows again and bring them up overhead if that's available to your body. If it's too much, then hands onto the belly is okay. And just hang out here. right, we'll slowly come up. First you want to push into your shins. So activate your legs. And then pushing into your hands, bring yourself up with a straight spine. The first thing you want to do is crawl forward onto your mat and bring yourself into stretching your legs out. Stretch into your heels and just stretch out right to the Achilles there. Open up the backs of the knees that have been squeezed and just get the circulation going through your legs again after that pose. Very nice. All right. We're going to come into another back bend on the floor. So this nice restorative closing here. These two blocks will come to the wall. And you'll find your distance here. So you find your distance from the wall. Bring your feet to the wall. And scoot your tailbone here. So you want to be as far as that tailbone is. I want to move this back just a little. So we'll come up here, hands here, and then moving back. And then very slowly you'll lie down onto that bolster and let your head tip over to the back side of it. If you need a block under your head, you don't like that, you can take a block under your head. If you need more support there, you can take a block under your head. But otherwise, just let your head open. This is really good for opening the neck, the thymus, the thyroid, getting into the circulation of the lungs and the heart. It's a beautiful restorative back bend and a nice kind of adjustment for the spine, for like a critical alignment adjustment. So wonderful. For the last actions of this pose, once again, you need a block under your arms to stretch your arms up overhead. And we'll hold this for our last minute. Bring your arms down, and here you'll bend into your knees, and you'll guide yourself off very slowly, extending your arm beside your ear, and rolling down onto your side. And just stay there for a few breaths. Just close your eyes and let yourself settle. It's a very relaxing pose. You might feel a little sleepy right now. And from here, we're just going to keep this softness and relaxation that we built in those last restorative poses. Restorative is a really nice way to settle the body down. We're going to come into legs on the wall. So you'll put your bolster just a block away from the wall, and you'll come into sitting onto the side. So I'll give you just a minute to set yourself up there. If you don't have a wall by you, then you can just put your legs on top of the bolster and your hips on top of the bolster and just hang your legs in the air. All right, so here, guide yourself up the wall. You're assisting yourself with both hands, and then scoot yourself here, and then you'll position yourself so that you're comfortable on your hips, and you'll let yourself just kind of hang here with your legs up on the wall. And just relax into it. We're going to slowly move into a few other poses with legs up the wall. So bring your legs wide, so here's a nice supported wide legged pose. Just taking your hips wide. Bring your legs back together, and you'll bend your knees, hug your knees towards your chest. And then you'll just take the left leg up. You'll take the right leg across the left, and then you'll slide the left leg down the wall, getting this nice stretch here. Thread your needle. And then unwind, and you'll go to the other side. So you'll bring your knees bent, and then you'll take the left over top of the right, and come into thread your needle on the other side. Good, and unwind yourself from there. And then just rock from one side to another side. So you just come into the bolster and you rock from one side to another side. And then coming up and roll them up. And then from here, you just make your way into your final Shavasana. You can take that, I like to take that bolster underneath my knees. I find that's a nice way to end the class in my Shavasana. It's a nice support for your hips. So you can take that prop underneath your knees, and it'll help to lift your hips with your hands up to the side. Maybe bring yourself into shaking things out and adjusting until you find comfort. And then once you find yourself into a place of comfort, you can just let your feet drop off. Let your hands come away from your body, and the back of your head settle softly into the ground. And invite yourself to just let the eyes soften and sink deep into the softness of the eyes. Drift away into your Shavasana. I'll let you stay in your Shavasana for as long as you need today. And I'm going to say namaste right now to let you do that and close the class here. So thank you very much for joining me. I'll let you stay in your Shavasana for as long as you need in your own sacred spaces at home. yourself just relax and drift away.